What's going on, everybody? This is Ken from Nippon Bro, and today we have finally got it, the actual thing that I've been waiting for, and it's been delayed here in Okinawa. I don't know if it's been delayed anywhere else in the world, but I have been waiting for this for so long. The fact that I have been having an iPhone 7 Plus and been working with it, filming with it as well for my YouTube, has been kind of long overdue for an upgrade, and I've been meaning to say it for a very long time, and I've been actually kind of foreshadowing the fact that I've been thinking of upgrading actually, and then I finally have. And well, let's just show you the product. All right. So basically we have the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and this one is something that I've been waiting for a very long time, because as a filmmaker, as a photographer, the camera on this version of the 12 series so far has been the biggest change in the camera. So it is very worth it for me to get this version instead of any of the other versions, just because I want to get the best camera as possible, and if this thing has it, then I'm all for it. Alright, so you guys may be wondering why I have this contraption on the desk here. This is actually going to be my top-down camera. I don't really have a C-stand, and this little booth thing that I built cannot even withhold a C-stand inside anyways. So basically today what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this like so and turn the camera on, and now you have this kind of top-down view for the actual unboxing. Alright, so I'm just going to move this aside for now because it's kind of taking up focus here, and I need to kind of lay it down. I'll turn it off for now. So anyways, today's unboxing is strictly unboxing. I'm not going to go over any technical aspects because there has been so many YouTubers that have done it, and I'll link the ones that I think are pretty informational if you want to get into more of the geeky, nerdier stuff of the specs and stuff of the iPhone Pro Max. So I'll link them down in the description below for you. But for me, a product review on this channel is more of myself doing a practical review of an everyday person, because I'm going to be using this full time. So because this is a channel for photography and videography, obviously I'm going to go more in depth with the camera side of things, but also just a daily use of the phone in general. So I'm going to show you any of the perks, the cons, anything that I pick up during the next month. But if you're one of those people who don't buy new tech straight off the bat because you're worried about quirks here and there, then you might want to subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be doing another video a couple of weeks after when I use this phone and give you the pros and cons of having this phone. But anyways, let's get to the unboxing. Alright, so plastic shield, obviously you got to take this one off. Super satisfying. Just the amount of I don't know, just this part alone is like, yeah, satisfying. Yeah, let's do the unboxing. Actually, I gotta get this thing. Look at this ghetto setup. Okay, here we go. All right, there we go. Unbox. Ooh, that is nice. Packaging has a camera cutout, so that automatically shows you that the camera sticks out quite a bit, just because they had to do a cutout on the top there. But that looks super, super nice. So let's just take this out here. Put that to the side, and you have your instructions. No headphones this time, and actually no brick as well, so you just have a cable. You can use a laptop charger if you already have one as well, so just keep that in mind. But otherwise, yeah, 20-watt charger or above is pretty ideal. Yeah, in here, nothing much. I think it's just the fact that you have your SIM tool, your instructions, and a sticker. So that is something that you are all familiar with, as well as the cable. So that is also something that you might want to, I'm not sure if you want to invest in another one, but you can if you are going to have multiple devices, just because these are the new ones with the USB-C to Thunderbolt. So yeah. All right, so to the actual peeling of this. I don't know why this is so satisfying for many people, but it is very, very satisfying. But let me do, actually, I'm not sure if I can actually pick this up, but we are going to do something a little different. Let me just set this camera aside. But now we're going to actually do a peeling ASMR version, and I don't know if it's satisfying to your ears. Let's see. Ooh, I don't know. Is that satisfying? It's satisfying to do it. I don't know if it's satisfying to hear it, but okay, first impressions. Very premium feeling. This is what I have said from the very get-go when I actually felt the Pro version, not the Pro Max, but the Pro version. When I felt it, it just felt very premium. It is almost like a paperweight that is just functional. But the Pro version, I know that it has the aluminum bezels, which I heard in a lot of reviews is fingerprint heaven. So I am currently touching it and it is fingerprint heaven. I'm not sure if this GoPro can pick it up, but yeah, you can kind of see, hopefully there's a little bit of fingerprint on there already. But yeah, now you have the ceramic glass, which is supposed to be 4 times stronger or something or rather. So yeah, hopefully that is good, but everyone's been saying, you know, put a screen protector on just in case. But otherwise, you have your this is kind of like the iPhone 5 in a sense, where it has a little bit of a smooth back instead of a glass. The only thing with this is if you do put the MagSafe charger on here directly instead of using a case and you just want your phone bare, then it sometimes does leave this kind of marking, and people have already experienced that, and it hasn't been too long after the fact that the phone has been released. So that's something to also keep in mind. But just a size comparison, if you're wondering, maybe you have a 7 Plus like I do. Hopefully you don't. Maybe some of you even still have like the 6. But anyways, this phone, of course, is kind of dirty right now. So let me just sorry. That's a little embarrassing. All right, so anyways, you have these two phones, and basically I compared these two just by holding it. It feels like the 12 is actually a little bit wider, but in reality, when you put these two together on top of each other just like this, it's actually not too much different. I'm not sure if you guys can tell there. So this part is flush, but you see on top there's, you know, the screen's a little bit taller, not too much, but the width is almost exactly the same. The only difference is the fact of the edges are squared on this one, so it feels a little bit more fuller in the fingers. And this one is curved, so it feels a little bit thinner. But having said that, even the thickness of it, it's actually not too different. I think it's actually exactly the same, maybe just a little bit thicker on the 12, but I almost think it's exactly the same, just the edge. So if you have this impression of this feeling a little bit more wider in your hands, then obviously, you know, this is the edge that is making it feel like that. All right, obviously the back of these are completely different. Huge camera, just look at the actual camera difference. Got huge. I mean, no wonder you can take really good photos and videos with the new phone, because they just improved and massively increased the size of the cameras. So anyways, let's try to at least turn on the phone, and hopefully it has a little bit of power and we can kind of get this turned on. Let's see how fast it turns on here. I'm not gonna speed this up or anything. We're just gonna see how fast it boots up. Honestly, at this point, yeah, there we go. Okay, so obviously I haven't even set this thing up. It's brand new. You can go through this entire thing. Country, I'm gonna select Canada just because I am Canadian. Quick start, set up manually. Bring your phone or iPad to the nearest iPhone to sign it up. If you're, oh, okay, look at this. So now you have this pop-up here with my Apple ID saying that you want to continue. So I guess you just hit continue. And now it's asking me to hold your new iPhone to the camera. I guess it's here. Yeah. And then just enter in the passcode. Setting up your iPhone. This may take a few minutes. I'll fast forward through this part. All right, so the phone is up and running now, and it is pretty cool. I haven't really done too much with it. The screen refresh rate, this is still 60 Hertz on the screen refresh rate, so not 120 Hertz. But again, most people who have actually used a smartphone won't be able to tell the difference between a 60 and 120, unless maybe you went from 120 to 60 and you downgraded, but still it's a little bit like you better have really good eyes to be able to tell, because most people just won't even tell and they'll just move on with their life like they don't really care. But as far as setting up a new phone from your existing one, and if you already have an Apple ID and you just want to transfer everything over, they've made it super awesome. I think it's the new iOS 14 that actually does it. If you are kind of not wanting to go through the whole process of transferring information over, well, this thing does it for you. It's pretty self-explanatory to go through, and like I just did, everything is there, and I just kind of skipped most of the other settings just so I can get to this page. But yeah, it is pretty awesome. Now, setting the phone aside for a second, because this is not just the phone today. We have the actual, where is it? We have the MagSafe as well. So the MagSafe is something that obviously you want to take into consideration of getting if you want the whole kind of, I don't know, if you like having all the accessories, I guess. I may or may not use this depending, maybe with the case. Okay, there was a proper way to open that. So unboxing this, you got a little bit of paperwork in there, which is, whoops, not so important. Designed by Apple California. Let's open this up, and I like how this is all kind of, like, Apple's packaging is like just so satisfying. Super, super satisfying. And then a lot of people kind of like tear this thing out. You're actually supposed to just slide it out like that. So yeah, that's just something you might want to consider. But anyways, you have this as, again, USB-C here, and you have the MagSafe. So again, if you put this directly on your phone, like so, and then let's say you are putting it on your desk and then you're holding it and you're swiveling this around, this abrasion between the actual MagSafe here and the back here of the iPhone 12 Pro, and I don't know about the glass version, but I just know for the kind of the matte finish one, it actually makes this kind of circular kind of wear onto the actual phone. So just something that you might want to take into consideration. Maybe you want to put a actual MagSafe case on here to be able to use the strength of the magnet. But again, this is pretty strong. It's not falling off by all means. And you can see I'm pulling, and it's pulling off. So, I mean, I don't know the exact pounds per square inch or anything like that, but it stays on there. You don't need to worry about it going anywhere, all right? So this is the actual thing, and you need to also buy the power bricks separately. So that is also something that you need to buy. And we're just gonna set this one aside here. And so you need one of these, and this is a 20 watt. Make sure you get the 20 watt because some people have been saying that their iPhone hasn't been charging, or it's been trickle charging because they got the 18 watt. And some third parties make the 18 watt version. So just want to make sure you have enough wattage. And I have like a 100 watt adapter that I got for my laptop actually, and that can obviously power it. And also don't worry about it overpowering, or if you have like an 86 watt or anything over 20 watts, don't worry about it, because if you have the actual cable here, this cable I believe should be regulated to a certain degree, so it's not going to be outputting that much power to your actual phone. So if you have a 100 watt charger, well, you need to actually have a 100 watt cable to be able to power a device that is supposed to get that 100 watts. So if you have just a regular cable, don't worry about it. It's not going to fry the inside of your phone. But again, this is the power brick. Nothing special. It is kind of chunky. I wish it would have been a little bit smaller, but 20 watts. The old little tiny ones are 5 watts, so you can't really say too much. But yeah, again, you can just kind of peel this off. And traditional, just white. You have kind of like the Apple authorization logo there. Nothing special. All right, so we were talking about cases, and maybe you should get a case for the fact of using the MagSafe charger. Well, I got a case here, and this one here is the saddle brown. Okay, so saddle brown. Let's take this thing out. Why isn't it coming out? I don't know. Oh, there we go. Okay, wow, I really like this color. The only reason why I got this one is because it just felt more of a premium leather product than just getting like navy or black. So I kind of wanted this one. They have said it is genuine leather, so I'm not 100% sure. I'm not a leather connoisseur, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, this is it, and it looks pretty good. It's really light and pretty thin. Yeah, it's pretty flexible, so you're not having the most sturdy case of all the bunch. But the corners, I mean, if you can see here, I'm trying to push it in, but I can't really push it in. And I just feel like this type of leather, over time, you're gonna have this kind of wear on it, so it kind of makes it a lot more personal. So if you have a wallet, kind of like the same thing, or a purse, and you kind of break it in, make that leather softer, maybe this gets softer over time, but it's a really thin leather, so I'm not sure if it's just gonna, you know, go right through to the actual plastic underneath it. But yeah, you're gonna see this circular here, and this is where the MagSafe is. All right, so I'm just gonna put the case on, and we're going to test out the MagSafe. So you're gonna see that circle pop up, and that circle just means you've plugged in an Apple MagSafe accessory. And we are going to just plug this in. All right, so I plugged the MagSafe in here. Cable's not really long enough because I have the power extension kind of far away. But nevertheless, let's see what happens if I just put it here. And you're gonna see it charging. All right, so that's pretty cool. And I think as long as you have this here, and if it starts twisting back and forth, it's going to wear out the leather, not the phone. So that is, again, something that you might want to look for if you are kind of those iPhone, I use it bare type of people, then, well, you might have that issue if you use a MagSafe. But again, if you wanted to go straight into the bottom with your Thunderbolt, then you won't have that issue. So in conclusion, the impression that I have for the iPhone 12 Pro Max is pretty good because of the fact that I went from a 7 Plus, so the size of it really is something that I'm familiar to, but now I'm getting the kind of squared edges, so I am very thankful for that because I love the square edges. I think the actual fact of having the curved edge back in the day, it just felt like maybe it would just slip out of my hand, so that's one thing I didn't like. And the fact that you can actually stand this on the table and it will stand on its own. Maybe not with this case because this case kind of makes it a little bit more rounder, but let me just take this out. And if you want, you can just stand it and look at that. It stands on its own. Okay, not that that's a big seller or anything, but the fact that it does that, pretty cool. All right, so again, this is something that I will be using full-time and doing another review. So again, if you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe. If you like this video and want to see more on the iPhone, I will be probably actually doing more of this phone. So you'll see more videos of that. And if you haven't turned on those notifications, please do, so you are up to date with all my videos. And especially with this phone, there is probably so much to explore on it. So I am psyched. All right, well, that is it for me, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna do another video this week, but you will see for sure more iPhone videos. All right, I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.